ultra fast communications. There's a lot of different ways, and we just ship stuff nonstop, back and forth and back and forth. It's not uncommon for some people to have 2,000, 3,000. The record I've heard is 5,474 texts in 1 month. Oh yeah, good. Yes, their bill was really big. So that being said, benefits instant messaging, real-time communication. You can have talk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's possible anywhere in the entire world. Immediate sharing helps us to make really fast decisions, and really enterprise grade IM applications, they really instantly connect a huge amount of dispersed workers from across a region, and you can have fast communication. One of the big dangers though is be careful about that fast communication when you're driving. Okay, voice calls are substituted with quiet and discreet messaging. So instead of somebody calling and having somebody irritating going back and forth into a lobby or something, you're always seeing just texting back and forth. There's a lot of positive benefits of texting. Can also avoid phone tag and a lot of downtime when you have personal phone conversations. On the other side, you also don't have that human connection in the process. Messaging allows coworkers to locate each other even when you're out of the office, and productivity can grow because users receive answers quickly and can multitask, which a lot of us do. Some of the risks, though, you have all these distractions on the email and the web. You have a potential for leaked privileged information because nowadays anything can be hacked and sold for whatever. So who knows in the process, so be careful about that aspect of it. They're saying right now that criminal activity on the web and electronically will be larger by the year 2025 than all the drug dealing on planet Earth. So be careful on the electronic messages as you go through. There's also a legal liability from improper using of mobile devices on a job. We had an accusation of an assistant to a leader within our organization, and the leader walks into the HR office, and one of our directors says, oh, we had some concerns. Let me see your phone. Huh? Your cell phone. The one that we give you to lunch to use? Yeah, I want to see it. Well, I want to see it now. He hands over his phone, and sure enough, on the text messages, there's some things on there. And by the way, if you have a phone from your employer, any and everything that's sent on there, your employer, whether you like it or not, has a legal right to access that device in the process. Really be careful what you say, especially something that's inappropriate. There's a lot of phishing schemes when people put things out there. A lot of times somebody says they'll send you something. Boy, your uncle so-and-so over here in this country, they died and they left you $1 million. You got that kind of thing. You also have things like people says, Social Security has now denied your claim for any future claims whatsoever in the aspect for improper filling. Respond now. Social Security doesn't use text or email in the process unless you initiate something. Phishing schemes are out there. They prey on everybody from the senior citizens to the teenager to the toddler someday by the time they're 4 years old and they have their own personal cell phone. And yes, I believe some 4-year-olds in the country do have cell phones. Okay, so that being said, phishing schemes out there, a lot of them, they plant things. There was one recently found in Texas where they went through. They've been around for multiple years, planting numerous Trojan horses across the way to watch primarily and convey information back, but occasionally blowing up the equivalent of all the communication system for a pipeline. They're used for evidence in lawsuits. They're subject to review. Laws mandating broker client messages be retained for 3 years. Once upon a time, we went up for bid on a large contract. A company didn't get it. Oracle didn't. They didn't get it. And frankly, we still make the same decision. But that being said, Oracle demanded to have all the records that were electronically communicated on text and emails, no matter what happens for the previous 3 years. It cost us $18,000 to have a third party come in and investigate that. No lawsuit ever result. They just did it because they could. Be careful about messages in the process. There's a lot of tracking and storing of messages. Just ask Alexa what she's storing, and she's working for the CIA or the FBI. You'll get an answer, maybe not the one you want. Inappropriate bullying and sexting. Oh my gosh, how many politicians have gone down because of inappropriate comments they've done in the process? So anyhow, follow your organization guidelines. Don't disclose sensitive information at all. Steer clear of harassment and discriminatory content as you go through, and don't forward inappropriate photos, videos, and art. Never say anything that could damage your reputation or that of your organization. Be conscious of what you're doing. Don't text and drive, and separate business contacts from family friends. If you're running a business, okay, and you have a business over here, a lot of times you're better off having a business phone, okay, and having another separate phone just because. Otherwise, it'll drive you crazy when they overlap in the process. Avoid unnecessary chit chat when you're dealing with business, and keep personal messaging, if it's allowed at work, to a minimum as you go through. Make yourself unavailable when you're busy. Don't respond. You don't have to respond. Your phone does not own you. You are supposed to own the phone. Keep your present status up to date. If you're on vacation, make certain that people get a response back, and also a way to sit down and deal with an emergency. Don't send multiple messages if you don't hear from coworkers. Don't dumb them. Okay, people have enough things to cope with in their life besides you bugging them nonstop because you didn't get the answer when you wanted to at the appropriate time. Don't use jargon, slang, and abbreviations and cause people to say, huh? Okay, that's never the best thing for you or for them. Care about correctness, proofread, proofread, proofread. Look on timing, the introducing as you go through some of the things, how you address somebody, how you express them. You don't call the president of a company and say, hey, Joe, I hear you got a really good product out there. We're interested in representing you. Maybe Joe doesn't like being called Joe. Maybe Joe prefers to be called Joseph. Maybe it's Mr. as you go through. Okay, maybe you simply say, hey, at all, says, we hear so-and-so. Be nice, go through the timing, introduce yourself, address it, express yourself appropriate, and respond. Always follow good common sense when it comes down to it. Above all things, spell check your spell check. I don't know about you, a lot of times I have spell checking and all of a sudden it changes everything in my message, or changes just one word, which changes everything, and you get somebody offended, and you didn't do anything wrong. It's your spell check did it. Always blame your spell check, even when you did it. Okay, think before you click. Be there when texting. Don't be someplace else over here and thinking about 15 different things. Focus in that moment what you're doing, and don't babble. Otherwise, ultra fast communications can sit down and be ultra fast in the aspect of giving you a lack of credibility. Make certain you do a good job on communications in every aspect of it, and don't get caught up in speed, get caught up in quality communications. Take care.